Hello Tori and friends. This week I decided I was going to talk about Nikola Tesla. He's a very interesting person and he was very influential in electrical engineering. Nikola Tesla was born in the Austro-Hungarian Empire in 1856. He was born to an Orthodox priest and a hard-working woman who liked to tinker. He quickly discovered he liked math and science. He was able to do integral calculus in his head. He forced his father into letting him go to the Austrian Polytechnic School, where he studied electrical and mechanical engineering. It was in this school that Tesla got the idea for alternating current. This is the current that we receive in our house to this day. After graduation, he found jobs in power companies in Europe, but he realized that to really realize his dream of alternating current, he'd have to go to the United States and meet Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, of course, is famous for the light bulb and also telegraph. Tesla came to America and met Thomas Edison, who quickly realized his potential, and Edison hired him. Thomas Edison, who was a proprietor of direct current, did not believe that AC current would be useful at all. So Edison did not agree to let fund Nikola Tesla's work with alternating current. Thomas Edison promised Nikola Tesla $50,000 to improve the DC generator, which Tesla successfully did. But when he showed his findings to Thomas Edison, Edison didn't pay him, saying the wager was just a joke and that the poor immigrant didn't understand American humor. Nikola Tesla immediately handed in his resignation and bounced around between jobs until a Mr. A.K. Brown of Western Union Company realized that the AC motor would be beneficial in the future. In 1887, Nikola Tesla filed 7 patents for his AC motor, a decision that would pay off so well for him in the long run. George Westinghouse, an industrious mechanical engineer, would see that AC current was the missing link to long-distance distribution. Westinghouse then bought Tesla's patents, and they formed a contract, and the war between AC current and DC current began. Edison started a slanderous campaign against AC current. He saw it as competition, which he actually was correct, because AC current can transmit long distance, whereas DC can't. Edison decided to show AC current was dangerous by showing the world the first execution by electrocution. Despite this, Westinghouse and Tesla won the bid to illuminate the Chicago World Fair. Tesla actually had to create a new light bulb because Edison didn't want his used by a competing company. So Tesla ended up creating the first fluorescent light bulb. The fair showed that the future was in AC current, and from then on 80% of devices were built for AC. Later that year, Tesla was awarded a contract for building a power plant on Niagara Falls, which still functions to this day. On November 16th of 1896, the power plant was turned on and Tesla's dreams of AC current was realized. Westinghouse's company was in threat of hostile takeover, so Westinghouse went to Tesla to ask to back out of his contract. Tesla graciously tore up the contract, and unfortunately he had money problems for the rest of his life. During the AC-DC war, Tesla also worked on high currents. It was his dream to allow transmission wirelessly of electrical energy. In November of 1890, he successfully lit a vacuum tube wirelessly. With his experiments in high frequency, he also worked with radio waves. And in 1895, he was set up to make a wireless transmission in New York of 50 miles. Unfortunately, a lab fire burnt up all his equipment and burnt his lab to the ground. Despite the lab fire, Nikola Tesla filed several patents for the radio in 1897. In 1896, an Italian scientist in Europe named Marconi made the first successful wireless transmission. When Marconi tried to file a patent in the United States, it was repeatedly denied because he had used 7 of Tesla's patents. In 1904, the U.S. Patent Office let Marconi's patent through, and he became known as the father of modern radio. It wasn't until 1943 that the U.S. Supreme Court decided to reverse the decision and name Nikola Tesla the father of the modern radio. Marconi went on to win the Nobel Prize in 1910, and Tesla was heartbroken. Tesla is mainly known for his work in AC current, and now for being the father of modern radio. But he also had several other odd ideas, such as robots, and the death beam, and wireless transmission of energy. What is interesting is that today we have robots. We're working on robots. I mean, we almost have a car that can drive itself. Thanks, Google. So today we also have high-powered lasers, high-intensity lasers, that could be a death beam, and wireless transmission of energy. If anyone has ever used or seen a power mat, that is wireless. So Nikola Tesla really was ahead of his time. Despite all his genius, Nikola Tesla was also obsessive-compulsive and suffered from very strange phobias. He did things in threes, and whenever he stayed in a hotel, the hotel room number had to be divisible by 3. He was deathly terrified of women's pearl earrings, and he loved his pigeons, so much so he even referred to one of them as his wife. As you can imagine from these quirks, Nikola Tesla never married, and he died penniless on January 7th, 1943, right before the Supreme Court decided to name him the father of the modern radio. There you have it. There's Nikola Tesla in a nutshell. If you want more information on Nikola Tesla, very interesting person, the Wikipedia page on him is actually pretty good, and if you go Google search Nikola Tesla PBS, I also provided a link down here. There's a lot of information on his life. It was very interesting, so I highly recommend checking him out. Anyway, so that's Nikola Tesla, and I will see you next week, Tori. Bye! I just had to show you what was distracting me during filming. You're so cute.